just fucking hard work, man. The guy's in there and he trains like he just wants to murder it. He's a savage. He doesn't hold back, and the guy is just a beast. And that's what he makes up for that. Like, oh, I don't have a small waist. I don't just get shredded by playing PlayStation, you know, like some of these other guys do. And that's the thing. And there's plans.
16-year-old kid, Brent check camps, and will be the envy of any pro bodybuilder.
You're dead tired, you're sore, you don't want to go to the gym, but you want to win, right? So if you don't go, someone else is going to go. You give it 100%. It's just self-discipline. You make yourself do it.
He's a savage.
But yeah, for the most part, if you've noticed in my videos, I kind of put like sort of an inspiration or just a figure or an icon, someone in the bodybuilding world that I just like definitely take inspiration from and admire so much, just based off of like not only their achievements, but like their mindset, their hard work, the grit that they have. They give me like, you know, a path in life. From that clip you saw, that was Branch Warren. Look him up, man. Like, dude's a fucking beast. But other than that, what's up, y'all? It's Cam, man. You already know what it is. I'm here with the highly anticipated and definitely waited for Q&A video. Y'all definitely submitted some in there, so I have no choice but to get back to y'all. So let's just go ahead and get these questions out the way. We got a few gym related and a few life related, so you know I'm gonna keep this, you know, pretty decently long. Not too. I don't want to go too into detail of the stories, but I'll give you my spill on, you know, all of which I have to ask me. So yeah, shout out to everyone that engaged with me, and let's just get into the first one. But first one we got is what made me get into weightlifting and what motivates me to keep me going. So honestly, going from here, what made me get into weightlifting, probably that you've heard like a whole bunch of times, is just sports in general. My original sport before like anything, bro, if you know, bro, was basketball. I'll probably upload like a little picture of like me and like rec ball, but I used to play ball heavy. Like if you know, you know, like basketball was like definitely my first love. Point guard position, you know, boy's pretty short, but you know what I'm saying. I eventually like moved on to track in my later high school years. I feel like if I would have did track, that's another thing I'll get into. That's another question I got later. I had eventually did track in high school, and weights has just been always a part of it, you know. It was mainly my dad that inspired me to get stronger and to lift weights, to be better in sports in general, and to just be overall better as a man. You know, being fit and having like strength as a man, I feel like is like standard. You know, like you should be strong. Like that's just something like who wouldn't want to be strong? You know, it's just like I always looked at it as like a benefit to me, especially as a kid. So that's kind of what got me into it. My dad and the combination of just sports and just wanting to, you know, get better and get stronger. So, and what keeps me and what motivates me to keep going is just honestly like my potential. Like I'm only so young and I've done so much, and like, you know, so much has only happened in like a short amount of time. So just a combination with that and just what's possible. Like in my head, I'm just like, you know, if I'm doing this good this early, you know, what's possible. Like I just keep going, keep being consistent. Just, you know, that end result, you'll never know what it looks like until you get there. So why not just squeeze out every rep that you got? That's how I feel about it. That's what keeps me going. It's like you never know your ceiling. I want to say like I don't have any limits, but I do. I know I do because I'm human. But at the same time, I kind of have that mindset. It's like I don't know my ceiling. I could go higher, better, stronger, faster. It's always room for improvement everywhere. No one's perfect. Next question. Somebody here said, "What's my favorite workout?" That is really hard. I don't know. My favorite. I mean, I would assume he's talking about like what's my like favorite day to hit, like body part wise, like which best day, not exercise. So I'm not going to pick out a specific exercise. I'll pick out a day. The day like I go to the gym and I'm real happy, honestly, it'll probably have to be arms and shoulders or back and triceps. I love hitting back and triceps. I love hitting everything. I love everything almost equally, but arms and shoulders and back and triceps, It's really back in triceps because they're like bigger muscle groups. Like just having that huge tricep pump while pushing all that, while like rowing heavy weights, and I still get a bicep pump at the same time if I grip it a certain way, bro. I be feeling like be so like I feel huge, bro. Like I feel like everything's pumped. The only thing that ain't pumped is would be my chest at that point. Like that's like the only thing, like because I ain't pushing nothing. So yeah, I say back and triceps for sure. Back and triceps, and if not, arms and shoulders. But on to the next one. If I ever had the chance to run track, would I do it again? Looking back at that, and a lot of people have been asking me about that too. If you knew me in my like later high school years, that's what I was mentioning. I didn't start running track literally until I got to high school, and in like ninth grade, like I don't know what my time period, COVID had happened, so I literally like ran for maybe like 1 week, came to a couple practices, and we got cut off from school, and I never saw anyone until like junior year. So like with that happening, it kind of like threw off a lot because I missed like a whole year and some change of running. Um, and I didn't run again until my junior year and senior year. Junior year was senior year was definitely better, way better. Performance wise, time wise, everything. Honestly, bro, like going back to school next year, thinking about all this, I'm just I'm honestly not sure. I really can't answer the question. Like, if the coach came to me and wanted me to run, I wouldn't say no for the fact that like I do still enjoy running, but it's like at the same time that's just not my passion, and I kind of lost the love for track. I wasn't too like good in it in terms of like how fast I was and how I performed. I wasn't overly slow. Like I ran at a D2 level, like 11 flat. Like I think I ran like 20 low 22s. Like I never went to 21 on a 200. So I didn't really consider myself, that good in track. I never really did. I like the sport, but I just simply didn't have enough time and grit. If I feel like I would have started in middle school or elementary, then I definitely would have been like better off like going off into that in college. I'm not sure. That's a question that like they would have to come to me and ask, like or see my stuff and be like, hey, like you still want to run? Other than that, more than likely not, because my passion for bodybuilding is over exceeding track. So again, I got love for the sport at the end of the day. It's just, my skill set and what I'm better in. I know what works for me. So it's like, we'll just have to see. Next question though. Says how many calories do you eat a day? Typically for my size, I normally eat relatively between like 2,300 calories to maybe 3K. I try to get at least 3K in as much as I can. 2.5 be hard, but 3 be the sweet spot. Next question though is tips for leg definition. With my legs it's crazy. Because I'm trying to get my legs up, but for legs, deep, heavy barbell squats. Honestly, like that's just you really got with legs, bro. You gotta hit them shits like with everything in your power game. That's where the testosterone lies for men. So that's like the sweet spot. Like honestly, deep barbell squats and leg extensions were like the things that brought out my definition the most, especially like in my front quads. If you're not a bodybuilder or nothing, you don't want to like have dug in hamstrings and all that. You just want some like bigger legs. Just squat and do more leg extensions and hamstring curls. Those are like the basic three, leg exercises: hamstring curls, leg extension, squat. It could be a hack squat, sissy squat, just any type of squat, goblin squat, kettlebell squats. That's literally basically it, squats. The next one is gym horror story / worst thing I see in the gym. This is a very interesting one. I like this. I don't really have a horror story because nothing horrifying really happens in the gym. Nothing I've seen, at least, nothing yet. If there's something come up, I'll let y'all know. But um, like the worst things I see, I mean, I see crazy things all the time. Crazy fits. But just like the worst things I see just really be like terrible, terrible form for the most part. Like when someone just has like horrible form to the point where like it hurts, which is not too uncommon to see, I just be like, my God. And it's like I don't want to walk up to them and be like, hey, buddy, you need to do it like this. Because it's like I ain't got certain certifications yet. And sometimes I do. Like I remember one time I was like, hey, bro, you could do this, like, you know what I'm saying, to help yourself out. Because it really looked like he was hurting himself. Like I had to say something. Like if I didn't, bro, he was gonna injure himself eventually. Like I had to tell him, like, bro, it's just bad form. To sum it up, bad form be the worst shit I see, like ever. Like it's like not only are you like missing out on games, but you're hurting yourself in the process. But next one we got next competition date. Ah 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 ah. uh y'all was gonna get it, huh? I thought I was gonna get it. Nah. I'm gonna tell y'all though, it's gonna be next year, but it'll be after I turn 22. So I'm going to give myself time to grow, mature in age, so that I can just like because when you start to grow into a man, your muscles and definition just because that man or woman, everything just overall looks better with maturity and age, and you gain more size the longer you live. So I just want to give myself time to just grow overall and to work on what the judges told me. So it will be after September next year, sometime after September. I'm not sure exactly what day and what month, but I will let y'all know in the near future. But it will be next year in 2026 after September, after my birthday. Nah, this is a good one, y'all. I love this one. They said this is for the people. What's the difference between discipline and motivation? Man, oh man, I could talk about this all day. But to sum it up, man, discipline, bro. I'm gonna start with motivation first. Motivation is the initial factor, like what's your motive, like what keeps you, like what makes you get up and like, okay, let's do it. Because it's good to have motivation isn't bad necessarily, like if you have a lot of motivation, but it's very short lived and it only comes in spurts. You don't get motivated every day because you're not going to feel uppity every day. That's just not normal. Like you're not going to feel your best. You're not going to lift your best every day. You're not going to perform at your top peak performance. There's going to be days where you perform like you know what I'm saying? Like you like, dang, did I ever lift the weight ever? Like what's going on? And that's called inconsistency. And that's what makes us human, bro. Like we're never, ever going to be perfect. So motivation, again, it's very short lived and it's like a small spurt of energy that'll hold you for like maybe like a day or two. But it with discipline, bro, like I know folks hear this all the time, but with discipline, bro, there are no curves. There are no inconsistencies. There is no short. You get it done regardless of how the lift goes, regardless of how you feel, regardless of like external things. Because motivation, it's like, okay, I got the motive, but like, dang, this came up and no, I got to do this and oh, I got to do that. Look, bro, every single one of us has the same 24 hours. And if you can't get at least 30 to at least just 1 hour of some type of fitness in for the day, you're just neglecting your body. It's purely on you. Like we all can commit to this in some way, shape, or form. But a lot of people love to fall in love with excuses on why they can't get certain things done. And not all of us are perfect, and not all of us are going to get it right the first time. But don't sit here and complain about the results that you receive when you know that you need the discipline, the grit, the everyday grind, no matter what's going on. I don't care if I'm sick. I don't care if my girlfriend broke up with me, bro, get it in. It don't matter. And to be frankly fair with like all my viewers and like every single person that has like met me or talked to me, bro, most folks know I always look at an excuse. I rub it off like, hey, bro, you know the solution to it already. More than likely, like the excuses that they bring to me, it basically like it be something that's easily fixable, but it's just like, bro, you just don't want it. It just comes down to how bad you want it or not. Like, do you really want it? Because if you did, you would just do it. Like it's really that simple. Like if you want it, okay, do it. You want to be a professional basketball player, okay, train like a professional basketball player. If you want to be a chef, you need to act like a chef, cook every day, cook consistently. If you want to be a bodybuilder, train and lift weights every day, pose every day. Just become what you want to be. It really just be that simple, but you need the discipline to do so. You have to emulate what you want to become in life. And that's how I take everything. So that's the difference between discipline and, motivation on my end for sure. This one says, first ever heartbreak. Bro, it's funny looking back on it now because it's like, bro, I only laugh about it now because it's kind of stupid. But I believe my first like real one, like the one that kind of hurt me the most, I would assume it was like back in 2021 where it was like quarantine and stuff. And we were just talking to like anyone and everyone online. I don't know about y'all, but I definitely was. Dumbass decision. Trying to talk to people and date certain folks like online. I wouldn't recommend it. This is just like not a good idea. Just focus on yourself at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, and try to improve yourself the best way. But so, long story short, she basically like we dated for 6 months, and I met her finally in person. She had like lived in Gwinnett, Georgia, and she basically told me that she like, you know, she had sex with someone else. Like that was basically it. Like she just told me like, hey, I had sex with this guy. Sorry. Like we took a little break and then she went and had sex with some guy. So and she told me like herself. That hurt me probably the most out of anything. But that was all the way back in 2021. And like looking back at it now, again, it's like I could have been seeing signs, like certain signs and like all that other shit. But I'm way better now as a person. I've healed way past that now. Like I forgive her. She did what she did. It honestly made me into a better man today. So honestly, I thank her because it showed me what to go for and what not to go for. It kind of it made me filter out, who really likes me and who don't. So it was a learning lesson. That's all I take it as. So that was probably like my worst one or first real one, I guess. Man, this is going off the last one. What animes do I mess with? Y'all, if you couldn't tell from the profile picture, Dragon Ball is my favorite one. Y'all, everybody should know Dragon Ball. Definitely super duper huge inspiration. There's others. Attack on Titan. I love Kill la Kill. There's one called Parasite. Man, it's so many good ones. I know Jujutsu Kaisen a little bit. I want to watch JoJo more. I need to watch the One Piece, and I don't want to make the excuse like it's long, but it is a good anime. I just really need to get into it more. Naruto's cool. There's others, but those are like the top ones top of my head. But Dragon Ball is definitely my favorite for sure. Also, One Punch Man and Baki is cool too. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the amount of questions. Again, I didn't get too much engagement, but again, I do very greatly appreciate the ones that did. Or I'm gonna have definitely some more questions coming up. As I get more fans and stuff. Definitely got some more coming for y'all for sure. More content, more everything. Just again, thank you all so much for just engaging with me and getting to know me, like, more than just like, some random face like posing and stuff. All y'all see from me for the most part, bruh, is just me taking off my shirt and just like flexing. So I kind of wanted to bring some personality to the table, and show y'all like how I am as a person and how I view certain things and what I want to bring to the channel with y'all, because I can definitely see this going somewhere, like this being a fitness, influencer content creation thing. Like I can see it, bro. My body, like I'm already catching like eyes, and people have told me like, I motivate them and I push them to go harder, and that bro, it be make me damn near want to cry sometimes. Cause I be like, man, like I really inspire you like a little bit. Like they're like, yeah, bro, your body crazy. Like, so I just like the thing is, I just want to be a beacon for hope for anyone that wants to get into fitness and better themselves. Like when it comes to this whole fitness thing and this journey, it's not just purely to look better than the next guy or just to look buffer or bigger legs, bigger arms, and I need to be the best and no. It's all a goal of pure self improvement and seeing how far I can push my limit of what I can, because I only have one body and one, like, we all have one body and one loading bar that will fill it to 100%. And when that time comes, it's over. So why not use all the percentage that you have? Why not squeeze out every, ounce of the best that you got? That's why I always say go the hardest and go in and never quit. Always do your best, because if you're not going to do your best, then why do it at all? But that's my outro on that. Y'all stay tuned, man. I got, again, more crazy stuff coming. I'm going to ask my audience on Instagram and probably my TikTok on like what they want to see more. But again, for the most part, that's it for this Q&A. And yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.